G'day viewers, this is Troy from Troy's Visual Arts channel. I'm embarking on a brand new project. Yes, this project's going to be an oscilloscope video monitor and narrow bandwidth television monitor. Yep, here we got sitting inside this enclosure is a vintage, I guess, 1940s, 1950s era 3B P1 tube. I think they're probably made by Sylvania and a bunch of other companies. But anyway, these tubes are green screen tubes that were used in cafe ray oscilloscopes back in the 40s to, I guess, 60s era. Well, anyway, I got this tube from a deceased estate very local to me in Berkeley. Guy was like a full-on electronics whiz and worked on television, restored televisions or serviced televisions back in the day, and did other electronic projects. Anyway, this is one of the items I got from that estate, and yeah, I've fired up the heater, and the heater fires up, which is good. The tube looks to be under vacuum, which is good, and there's a good chance this tube will still work. Well, anyway, I've just started working on the project, and I've so far have gotten myself an enclosure suitable to house this tube and much of the electronics. So the enclosure is actually from an old audio monitor amplifier, which was used by ABC radio back in the 70s and 80s, I guess. Anyway, I've got no practical use for the amplifiers, so I've decided to use the enclosure for this project. I've actually got 3 of these amps. They're buried over down here somewhere. They're actually the Audio Sound LD40 amps. But yeah, I've got no practical use for them as amplifiers, so I'm using one of them for this project. Anyway, getting to the point, I've so far have decided to cut out one of the gaping holes to fit the tube in, and I'm mounting the tube in using the enclosures of PC fans, as suggested by one of my tech friends. Anyway, this is sitting in very loosely at the moment. I'm going to take the tube out carefully, and so this is the enclosure with the PC fan fitting, and I've got a small one there for the back end of the tube. So yep, that's how it is, and here's the tube. It's quite a nice old looking tube. Oh yeah, this one's made by RCA, so this is an RCA tube. And yeah, it's 3B P1. I'm guessing this was made sometime between the 40s and the 50s. Now, there's a lot of work to do on this project. I'm going to, as mentioned, I'm going to make this a dual standard set that can display both composite video and narrow bandwidth television video at the flick of a switch. I was inspired to do this project from my tech friend down in Victoria, who has built a narrow bandwidth television monitor using the same tube type. As you can see here, his project's pretty much complete and displaying 32 line narrow bandwidth picture. This is on the narrow bandwidth forum site. That's an animated GIF that he's uploaded to the forum showing the different pictures he's got on display. And it's working quite well. Anyway, yep, he's going to be pretty much helping me a lot of the time with this project, and as well as other members of the narrow bandwidth forum. Now, what's next? Oh yeah, I've actually been trying to embark on this project a lot earlier, but using a DG7 tube, and I got my workplace that I work at to build me a transformer for which I will be using for this job. I might have to add another transformer as well, but I think this will pretty much supply most of the needed AC voltages. So the input's 240 volts, the output's 240, center tap 0 and 240 volts, and which will, well, it's actually, I think it's 250 volts to be more precise on the AC, on the rating on the multimeter on the AC. I'm getting, yeah, I think 230, 250 or something like that. Well, it adds up to about 500 volts. And I've got 5 volts AC, and I've got 6.3 volts AC for the heater voltage of the tube. So that's the transformer there, ready for use. Anyway, that's pretty much about it for now. So yeah, wish me luck with this project. I'm very certain I'll succeed with it, provided the tube is good. There's just one problem with the tube. I can hear some debris, which I believe is actually just inside the plastic rear end covering here, so I don't see anything sliding down the neck here. Worst case scenario, there might be debris in the front end here. I hope that's not. I hope that whatever it may be, I hope it won't inhibit the function of the tube. So yep, that's pretty much about it. That's where I'm up to so far. I'm going to start working on building the AC to DC supply, the high voltage supply to run this tube, which the tube will be running in excess of 1300 volts, which the circuit is shown here. That's what I'm going to be working on. And yeah, I'll update you with my next video once I made more progress with this project and have built this AC supply, AC to DC, high voltage DC supply. Anyway, just before I go, as you may notice, I now got a laptop in the garage. Yep, I was given this laptop for free by one of my church mates who the laptop wasn't working too good when he had it and was running too slow and stuff. I decided to start from scratch and install old Windows XP, and yeah, it's running quite good, and it's good enough for displaying my projects and stuff on it, and also for playing music and playing videos and other things. So yeah, very convenient to have in the garage, having information at my fingertips without having to print it all out and shove it in my file cabinets and stuff. Anyway, time to wrap things up. Hope you enjoyed this video. This is Troy from Troy's Visual Arts channel, signing out.